AiTa for not taking my pregnant homophobic sister in. My sister, 20F, and I, 27F, don't get along and gay, and when she was 14 she started being horrible to me, calling me slurs, and saying I was going to burn in hell and other typical religious homophobic things. She is the golden child, so obviously my parents sided with her. She would make me cry, and they would tell me to deal with it, and expected me to still be nice to her after a while. I cut them all out of my life. Best decision ever. 3 years ago I married the love of my life. My parents were invited, but they didn't show. No doubt because of my sister still hurt. My wife and I are both very lucky and have amazing jobs and a big house. About a week ago, my parents and sister showed up to my house. No idea how they know I live there, and wanted to talk to me. Turns out sister's pregnant, and they essentially want me to let her move in for free and pay for everything for her and the baby. There was no apology for anything. I was in shock, and my sister was going off about how we have so much space and we could afford to help her out. I said no. I told them we couldn't take her in because we currently have two little half sisters staying with us because their mom is very high risk, so we don't have any more space. They were pissed and were going off about how I was supposed to help my family and that I was choosing LS family over my own. I told them they were not my family. I told them everything they had done and say to me, and they said I needed to let it go and move on. I asked them to leave. Even if we had space I wouldn't want her here. Since then I have gotten so many messages from them and other family members saying I need to help them and take her in. I reminded them of what she has been like to me, and they say I need to be the bigger person and that this will bring us together. Thing is, my parents are going to have to take money out of their retirement fund if I don't help. They were good parents growing up. When my sister started her BS I was already out of the house, so people have said that I would really be helping them, not my sister. Elle said we could give her some money, but I don't want to do that either. AiTa edited because I forgot to add that I don't feel for her at all. I just feel bad about my parents. Update. Thank you all for the kind words. We are not taking her in, but might give my parents some money in the future if we see they are struggling. Also, my sister is 7 months pregnant and just recently told my parents because she couldn't hide it anymore. So they are desperate because there's no time to save up now. My mom just sent me my sister's baby registry and I can't believe her. She is living off my parents and doesn't have a job, but is asking people to get her a $300 car seat and a $700 stroller. Edit. Please don't post this anywhere. Edit. Wow, I came back to like 1,000 more replies. Seriously, thank you all for your advice. Yes, I know my parents are also to blame. They have never been homophobic, but they never told her off because they wanted to keep the peace, and I know that's a shitty excuse, but I would only see them like once a month while my sister was there full time, and they never want to upset her. And the wedding, my dad called me because my sister was upset she wasn't invited and asked me to invite her, but I said no, so they didn't show up. The main reason I feel like I need to help them is because they put me through college. I got a scholarship and my parents paid for the rest, which was still a lot of money. My sister went to a community college, so they didn't pay nearly as much for her. Thank you all again. NTA, they didn't stop your sister's harassment. They didn't come to your wedding, and they didn't apologize. Just showed up demanding you take your sister and then support both her and the baby. My god, the audacity. They don't care about you. They just want to use you. Those people aren't your family. I would say no and never speak to them again. This here, NTA, you are never required to harm yourself in order to help someone else. Taking your biological sister in would be harmful to you and your family. Your parents don't need to help her either, harming themselves by spending their retirement money, as she is 20 and legally an adult. This would be true even if your family of origin did not treat you terribly, as they have. The way my boyfriend phrases this is you can't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. He's taught me a lot. NTA. So they hate your orientation, but love your big house. Cut every contact with them. You know how it is. Hate the sin. Love the sinner. Stuff. NTA. Lol, it's funny how, now that they need you, it's all about you letting go and forgiving, not them apologizing profusely. Oh no, you just have to forgive and forget without any semblance of remorse from them. If you're going to burn in hell anyway, at least according to them, might as well make there be a good reason for it. Don't take her in, and don't help your parents unless they acknowledge the damage they did and apologize profusely. And also, none of this, you have to pay for everything thing. She can get a job, pregnant or not, and your parents can certainly chip in. #NTA. Lol, it's funny how, now that they need you, it's all about you letting go and forgiving. Gold. NTA. Your parents almost certainly not blameless in this. They alienated one child and taught the other how to hate. They shouldn't be rewarded with a pardon, whether emotional or economic. They literally need to pay for their mistakes. Thank you for saying this. When Op was 14 and the sister started being hateful, Op's sister was 7. At 7, I would have struggled to explain what gay was. Never mind hate someone for it. She learned that somewhere, and even if it wasn't from her parents, they didn't correct her. A 7-year-old did not turn her parents against Opus. Edit. Never mind. I read it wrong and the sister was 14. The point still stands that as a child, the parents should have been correcting this. NTA. Your parents can take care of their golden child, or not. Either way, not your problem. Their golden child that seems to be pregnant and unmarried from the looks of it. Pretty sure premarital sex is still a sin along with being gay/s. And since apparently all sin is equally bad in God's eyes, she is going to hell with Op. She just wants to make Op's life suck hard. I imagine C's will do whatever she can to ruin Op's happy home. Saying I was going to burn in hell. C's, if you need a place to stay, why not ask your husband's family? Oh, you're not married. You had premarital sex. HMM. Guess we'll see each other in hell then. Apostrophe. NTA. Congrats on the wedding. Your Reddit fam is there with you in spirit. Edit #2. Thank you for the awards everyone. It was an unexpected surprise. Thank you for pointing out the blatant hypocrisy here. NTA. You are not obligated to help her in any way, nor is she entitled to your help or money. Do not help. She is an adult. She needs to get a job, go on state assistance and step up if she wants to be a parent. Freeloading from UAMD your wife will do nothing for her as well as just dwindle your finances and strain your marriage. Chances are she would still continue to act like a homophobic cruel jerk in your house to UAMD your wife. Plus they can't even muster up an apology not just anyone attempted to fix or have a relationship with you or your wife. Your parents are enabling her, so let them suffer their own consequences as well. Write them off and continue to enjoy your life with your wife and THW future you both create. They said I needed to let it go and move on. Ding ding ding. This is exactly what you did. They are the one who need to let you go and move on. At this point they are just creepy ghosts scratching at your door. NTA. NTA. They want to use you, not be in your life. They didn't seek you out to mend a relationship or fix their past mistakes. They want to use you for their own gain. Your sister is not your responsibility. That bigger person argument is always held by people who want something from you. Block the numbers of everyone who's bugging you about this and enjoy the peace and quiet. NTA. I hate be the bigger person because what that actually means is yeah, you're upset, but just give us what we actually want. And you can pretend we have changed. For the sake of your mental health and your relationship with your wife you owe your sister nothing. And your parents burned the bridge to ask for favors regarding your sister when they took her side and encouraged the abuse. NTA. 1. L's sisters came first. And you legit have no more room. What are you going to do? Kick them out so your sister can live with you? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? 2. A homophobe living within freeloading off of married lesbian couple. Give me a break. That's bound to be a nightmare. 3. As for your sister, play shitty games. Win shitty prizes. 4. As for your parents, not going to your wedding, play shitty games. Win shitty prizes. NTA. Fuck them. They allowed your sister to bully you to the point that you had to cut them off for your mental health. And now they're trying to bully you again into sacrificing your time and money to your tormentor. Tell them to kiss your ass. Then block all of them. If they trespass on your property again, call the police. Here the world's tiniest violin for them having to take retirement funds and use them. Signed by Generation X and everyone that came after, because we will never retire. NTA. NTA. Your wife is your family. They are extended family. They made their bed when they didn't go to your wedding. They made their bed when they didn't stop the abuse and in fact enabled it. They need to lay down in it. And if they don't like it, tough. You are not the parent of your sister. They are. Do not give in to these people. Anyone sending you abuse and guilt trips have shown their true colors and revealed how little they care about you. Stay strong. NTA. All those people telling you to be the bigger person can just go minding their own business. Don't take her in. She will turn your home into a nightmare. Exactly. Op. Your reply to any and all extended family members giving you shit or pressuring you should be, great. You take her in then. NTA at all. First off, it's your money and you can do what you want to with it. Second, if your sister and your parents don't have the ability to support another child, there are other options they can pursue if she really wants to keep the baby. Adoption, for example. Third, your sister's behavior and your parents' allowance of it is unacceptable, and you have no obligation to let that into your home. If you did, I'd worry for the other kids in your house. NTA. If you raise your children badly, you get to raise your grandchildren. They signed up to spend their money and retirement trying to fix their mistake, not you. They also didn't treat you like family, so they lost all claim to any family contract. All that aside, your sister is toxic as hell and won't be good to have around your real family. NTA. Your parents made their priorities crystal clear by refusing to come to your wedding and siding with your sister's bigoted rants. Actions have consequences. NTA. If you feel bad about your parents paying, tell them not to pay. You said your sister is 20 years old. That makes her an adult. She needs to start acting like one. She's knocked up. That's between her and baby daddy, not your parents. Where was she living before? How was she paying for her life? Paying for her is a choice parents are making, not Op's problem. NTA. Not by a long shot. My parents are going to have to take money out of their retirement. Sue these people sided with her, allowed her abusive behavior, and didn't attend your wedding. It sounds like all of that is going to cost them some of their retirement money, because it certainly should not cost you and your wife a single penny or another moment of consideration. You've already paid too much for her. This is their responsibility, not yours. Also have to add this will bring you closer to her thoroughly. There are things she could have done years ago for free to achieve this. She could literally have put herself in the potential position to be helped by you and your wife if she had apologized and changed. Not your fault she never did that. Yeah. If any of them really wanted a relationship with the op, they could have made that happen at the wedding or way before the wedding by shutting the sister and her homophobic views down. NTA. Don't give her anything. Let her enjoy the karma she deserves while you live unbothered in your big house. NTA. You are not obligated to help people, especially people who would never do the same for you. NTA. Why does anyone have to take care of her but herself? She got pregnant, and unless she is still a minor no one else is required. She needs to figure out how to pay for her own stuff and child. If family wants to help her, great, but it's her responsibility, no one else's. NTA. They only contacted you because they wanted something from you. You have zero obligation to help. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.